Well, hello, friends. Hi there. It's Mindy, and it's What If Wednesday, and I am coming to you live from inside your member library. Yes. So, anytime you want to join me Wednesday at noon Eastern Time, you can just log in to your membership area at whatifup.org. And here I am. So, you can pop in, you can join me, you can ask questions, you can what if up with me. Um, you can cough with me. Dang. Um, and I sucked in some something. I think I got a bug. So I'm out on the back porch. It's summertime in the Adirondacks, and it is a beautiful day. It's actually kind of chilly. I am literally wearing a jacket right now, which is kind of weird because I know so many of you are in a place where it's really, really hot. But today, nice and cool. Enjoying summertime. August is here. We just had an amazing super moon last night, and August is sort of a big month if you look at the astrology of it. We had a super moon to kick it off, and we are going to have another full moon, which means it's a blue moon. So it's exciting. August is here. Summer is here, and now's the time to kick in and be intentional about how we move through the month. So, with that being said, this week for What If Wednesday, I wanted to just kind of spotlight one of my favorite tools at the beginning of each month. This is my July What If Up planner, which I am phasing out, and this is the time of year where I bring in my new planner and I get it all set for the month. So I want to share with you like some of my favorite things to do when I kick off a new month. Whether you have a planner or not, this is something that you can do to set some framework, some intentionality, set some goals around what you want to accomplish in the month ahead. And maybe those goals are career oriented or financial, or maybe those goals are around self care, your well being. Maybe it's around fun and recreation, the things you want to do, the things you want to go to. I know for us, our family this year, we realized that we're in this town, this relatively new town. We've only been here a couple of years, and there's a lot of restaurants that we have never eaten at yet. We kind of have our favorites, and we go there all the time. But we decided this summer we're going to make a list of all the restaurants in town, and we're just going to start, trying new places to see what we haven't seen before. So that's one of our goals for the summertime. And summertime is moving fast. So if there's things you want to do this summer that you haven't done yet, this might be a chance to get intentional around that. I'm going to use my planner to show you how I like to do the process, and maybe you can follow along. Of course, we have our community, so you can share your progress, you can ask questions, and also share what you're working on, so we can support it and what if up with you. So one of the things I love to do is I map out, first of all, I map out my month and I map out all the important events that I have, the big things that are out of the ordinary, not the normal day-to-day stuff. But, anytime I have a special group or a special event, speaking engagements, family trips, things like that, I put that on my calendar. The other thing that I like to do at the first of the year is write down my three biggest priorities for the month ahead. So this is a chance to think about, if I were to get to the end of this month and say that month was a win, what are the three things? What are the three most important things that I want to prioritize in the month ahead? So for me right now, I am enjoying having some creative time this summer. So I signed up for a writing class that has been a lot of fun. I complete that in August, so I'm excited about that and want to go full speed ahead with what I'm learning there. It's been super fun. I have some business things I want to create, some groundwork for our What If Up Club, getting some of our programs a little more complete, a little more fleshed out, and getting them optimized so that I can roll them out in a bigger way. And then I have some personal goals. We've got family coming into town. We've got visitors that I want to be fully present for. So I want to make sure I have chunks of time on my calendar where I am free to be present and to have some fun with people that I love. So those are some things that are on my calendar for the month ahead. Now, below that, there's a fill in the blank. And so I'm just going to share with you some of the things that are on this page so that you can do this again, whether you have a planner or not. These are great things to journal about or to brainstorm. So it says, this is my intention for the month. By the end of this month, I will what? So maybe by the end of this month, I will have 3 new clients. By the end of this month, I will have earned $10,000 in revenue. By the end of this month, I will have traveled to Europe, or I will have met 3 friends, or I will have organized. Here's one. It's on my agenda for August. Is I will have hosted 3 dinner parties. I'm big on summer dinner parties. So this is the time our neighbors are around. And it's great to camp out and cook in the backyard and have the grill going. And I'm wanting to meet some neighbors and build some community. So by the end of this month, I will. What is your intention? And I do this every month. By the end of this month, where do I want to be by the end of this month? And then I can reflect back. Okay. And then here's the next piece. To achieve this result, I will. Now, I actually was inspired to add this piece by the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. When you read Think and Grow Rich, he's very adamant about the process for saying, here's how much money I want, and here's the time that I want it by, and here's what I will do to create the equivalent of that value in the world. So to Napoleon Hill, if I say I want by the end of the month, I want $10,000 in income, or $100,000 in income, or $1 billion in income, whatever it is, to be able to then think about, like, what is the value? How am I putting $10,000 of value into the world? How am I putting $100,000, $1 billion, whatever your amount is? How am I putting that value into the world? And what am I committed to doing to achieve that result? What is the inspired action that I'm going to take? And sometimes that action is doing the inner work. Sometimes that action is committing to self-care. Sometimes that action is starting my day in meditation. And sometimes that action is getting on the phone and calling, potential new clients. Sometimes that action is networking. Sometimes that action is taking a class and meeting new people and exploring and expanding. So be open to what that looks like, but also be looking at, if I'm going to achieve this result, if I want to build community, what am I willing to give? Am I willing to knock on doors and invite my neighbors? Am I willing to be the one who puts together the plan for the menu? Like, what am I going to do to make sure that I get to this result? So those are some things that are great ways to kick off a month. The other thing I love to do at the beginning of the month, haven't done this yet for August, is to create a doodle. So in your planner, there is a spot that says doodle yourself at the end of this month, having experienced ultimate success. So now that you know what your intention is, now that you know what you're going to be doing to get to that outcome, this is a chance to lock it in using our doodle process. Now, doodling, it may sound like, okay, that's kind of fun. Do I need to do that? Doodling is incredibly powerful, because what it's going to do is it's going to have you translate that intention into something that is visual. It's going to be sourced by you, unlike a vision board where you're flipping through magazines and cutting out pictures. This is fully sourced by your imagination, your ability to picture what it looks like when you are successful this month. And it also, in the process of doodling, it has you focus on it. And if you're doing this and having fun, which I highly recommend, you're in an elevated emotional state as you're doing it. So you're focusing on what you want. You're focusing with a heightened emotional state, and it's taking some time. So it's locking in that heightened emotional state as you are locking in the specifics of what this looks like. So your doodle can be an image, it can be words, it can be thought bubbles, it can be dialogue boxes, it can be, I like to put myself in the center so that I know that I am part of creating that vision. But maybe there's the other people that are players. Maybe there's, the places you want to go. Maybe there's a map of the world. It can be anything you want it to be. Color is great. Sounds are great. Words are great. Dialogue boxes are great. Feelings are great. Excitement, fun, energy. Put all that in your doodle and have some fun with it. Doodling is one of my favorite processes that we share here in the What If Up Club. And so let me just throw this out as our challenge as we kick off this fabulous month, is to put your August doodle in our community. So that's the challenge. Doodle your intent. What do you want to create this month of August? And if you are open to it, take a photo of it, share it in our community. Let us what if up your doodle and celebrate what you are creating in this super month of August. So thanks for joining me. We're here every Wednesday for What If Wednesday. You're always welcome to join. We'll be sending out links in your a weekly newsletter so that you know when these are coming up. And also remember, every first Wednesday, we have an opportunity to come together and to What If Up live with each other. So tonight's the night. I'm going to be live at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And if you would like to come and be a part of our What If Up brainstorm, we would love to see you and share some ideas, share some possibilities to help you make this an amazing month. So thanks for joining. Great to see you. I'd love to see your comments, your ideas, the things that you're creating for the month and celebrating throughout the month as you bring those good ideas to life. Sound good? All right. Well, thanks, everybody.